If you're watching this video right now, something shifted while you were sleeping. Last night, while your conscious mind was resting, a threshold was crossed in the quantum field surrounding your life. Most people will never realize this happened. But you're here. And that means some part of you sensed it. The veil between what has already been decided and what you're aware of has become thinner. And what I'm about to reveal will explain why everything has felt different lately, even if you haven't been able to name why. Here's what most spiritual teachers will never tell you. The universe does not wait for your permission to upgrade your frequency. It responds to the internal state you hold consistently, even when nothing external appears to change. And when that state reaches a certain level of coherence, reality reorganizes itself around you before your conscious mind catches up. That reorganization has already happened. You are living in the aftermath of a decision that was made in realms you cannot see with physical eyes. Stay with me until the end of this transmission, because only then will the confusion you've been carrying finally make sense. The exhaustion will have context. The isolation will reveal its purpose. You'll understand why certain people suddenly feel foreign to you, and why even your own reflection seems unfamiliar. Before we go deeper, if this resonates with something you've been feeling but couldn't articulate, engage with this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and type 777 in the comments as an energetic declaration that you're ready to understand what already happened while you weren't looking. So what actually occurred while you thought nothing was changing? It begins with a truth that reframes everything. Consciousness operates on a delay. Your awareness of reality lags behind reality itself, sometimes by seconds, sometimes by days, sometimes by months. What you perceive as the present moment is actually the recent past being processed through your nervous system. This isn't philosophy. It's neuroscience meeting mysticism. When your internal frequency stabilizes at a new baseline, the quantum field immediately reorganizes probabilities around you. But your conscious mind, still running on old neural pathways, doesn't register the shift right away. You keep expecting the old reality while already standing in a new one. That dissonance is exactly what you've been feeling. There was a specific moment, likely within the last lunar cycle, when your energetic signature reached a tipping point. You didn't announce it. You didn't perform any ritual. You simply endured with a quality of presence that the unseen recognizes as readiness. Not readiness through perfection, but readiness through surrender. You stopped fighting the process of becoming. And that release of resistance activated something in the architecture of your destiny. The quantum field is always observing, not with judgment, but with precision. It measures coherence, the alignment between what you say you want and what your electromagnetic system is actually broadcasting. Most people say I'm ready, while their nervous system transmits fear. The field responds to frequency, not language. And yours finally unified. When coherence reaches a critical threshold, what science calls a phase transition occurs. Like water turning into ice, the structure of your reality crystallized into a new form. It happened silently. Like tectonic plates shifting beneath the ocean. No announcement. No drama. Just a fundamental reordering of what is now possible for you. You've probably noticed the signs. Old desires suddenly feel hollow. Activities that once excited you now seem meaningless. People you could tolerate before now drain you within minutes. These are not signs of depression. They are recalibration symptoms. Your operating system is running new software, and it's incompatible with old programs. What feels like loss is actually precision. The universe was clearing bandwidth. Connections, habits, and thought patterns that no longer matched your new frequency had to dissolve. Not because they were wrong, but because they would interfere with what is trying to emerge through you now. That's why doors closed without explanation. Why friendships faded without conflict. Why opportunities you once wanted suddenly disappeared. The field was editing your reality in real time, removing interferences you couldn't yet recognize as interferences. And here's what almost no one explains. Elevation doesn't feel victorious at first. It feels destabilizing. Because you're being asked to operate from a center of gravity you haven't fully located yet. Your old identity, built on effort and struggle, is dissolving. Your new identity, rooted in alignment and magnetic attraction, hasn't fully formed. You're in the space between identities. And that space is designed to feel uncertain. Uncertainty is the soil where new selves grow. What happened while you weren't looking is this: the architecture of your personal reality was renovated. Walls that confined you were removed. Ceilings that limited you were raised. Foundations that couldn't support your next expression were reinforced. And all of this happened beneath your conscious awareness because if you had known, your ego would have interfered. It would have tried to control the process, and that would have corrupted the outcome. So you were kept in a state of not knowing. That wasn't cruelty. It was mercy. Now the revelation phase has begun. That's why you're here. That's why this message found you at this exact moment. And here's what changes everything. The shift wasn't just personal. It was hierarchical. Forces beyond the material plane took notice. And this is where the transmission goes, where most spiritual content refuses to go. Because what I'm about to say is not metaphor. It's mechanics. When a human being reaches a certain frequency stability, angelic intelligence begins interacting with their field differently. Angels don't respond to neediness, begging, or bargaining. They respond to authority. And spiritual authority is not dominance. It's inner alignment so complete that external chaos cannot destabilize it. You reached that not through effort, but through exhaustion. You ran out of strategies. You stopped performing spirituality and started inhabiting presence. That shift activated a response in dimensions that monitor human evolution. What caught their attention wasn't your perfection. It was your endurance without bitterness. You stayed soft while becoming strong. You remained open while developing boundaries. That combination is rare. And rarity commands attention in higher dimensions. That's why this message found you. You are not late. You are not confused by accident. You are not lost. You are in the integration phase. And now, everything begins to take form. If this video found you, it was not by accident. And if you're still here, it means something inside you has already shifted. Quantum Mind Frequency is not an entertainment channel. It is not built for trends. It is not designed for surface-level content. This space exists for one purpose only. To help you stabilize your frequency while reality around you is changing. Subscribing to this channel is not about following a person. It's about entering a field of coherence. A space where consciousness, frequency, and perception are trained, not explained. Every video is a transmission. Every word is chosen to keep the signal clean. Here we explore the quantum field, awareness, hidden mechanisms of reality, and inner alignment. If you're not ready, this content will simply pass through you. But if you feel that something inside you has already shifted, then subscribing is not curiosity. It is stabilization. Click subscribe not out of habit, but as a conscious act to remain tuned to this frequency. Turn on notifications. Not to be interrupted, but to receive the transmissions only when the field is ready. Quantum Mind Frequency doesn't grow through numbers. It grows through the right people. If you are one of them, you already know.